Hi, I'm Bhavin Makwana, CAM Insight Strategist from Zenzik, and today we're going to be talking about safety cases, specifically the Zenzik safety case guidance work that we completed at the beginning of this year in March. I'm delighted to be joined with Amedeo and Ozan from Eatron. Amedeo and Ozan, do you want to tell us a little bit more about yourself and Eatron?
Sure. I go first. My name is Amedeo Bianchimano. I'm the Business Development Director at Eatron Technologies. So on Eatron, briefly, we are an intelligent software solution provider for automotive software, which is production ready. And we focus on three areas: battery management software, chassis control software, and ADAS, which is actually part of what we're going to talk today. We are based in the UK, in Warwick, so it's really in the heart of the automotive industry in the UK. Today we're going to tell you a bit more about how we use the Zenzik safety case actually in our road trial in the UK for our flagship product, which is our highway AI pilot. And we'll tell you a bit more about that. And I'm joined by Ozan from our team, is our ADAS lead in the UK. Ozan, please, if you want to introduce yourself.
Yeah, thanks, Amedeo. This is Ozan Gerger. I'm a technical lead in software controls for ADAS projects, specifically in Eatron. And I'm also based in the UK. I was also part of the project with Zenzik. And together we will talk about the details today, and hopefully put some more highlights of the project. Thanks a lot.
Fantastic, and we're delighted as well because Eatron, of course, is an alumni of our first CAM Scale-Up program, which I know has been a great success. But what we really want to talk about is your testing and trialing that you did as part of that program. So it'd be great to learn what trialing did you do, and a little bit more about the background of where you were trialing as well.
Okay, maybe I do an initial intro and then Ozan can get a bit more into the technical details of what we did. So the trial was part, as you said, Bhavin, of the CAM Scale-Up program. So we had the prime opportunities to be one of the first startup that could access all the CAM testbeds in the UK to trial their technology. Where we were coming from, we had already a vehicle running in Istanbul, where we have another test location for 2 years. So thanks to the program, we were able to set up effectively another demo vehicle in the UK and validated our highway AI software works on UK motorways. Through the program, we got access to obviously all the test beds, support from some key companies in the test bed like Millbrook and AVL, and also support from Zenzik because the timeline was very tight. Really, it was 4 months, and we had to get to the motorway. And honestly, when we started, we thought, we may stop to sort of the proving ground testing phase because it really seemed like a stretch to really aim for the motorway. But then in the end, we did it. So maybe I'll let Ozan explain a bit more of the technicalities of what we did and what we tested and where.
Yes, thanks a lot. Maybe I can also start with some exciting parts of this project. I think for me the most interesting part is that I joined Eatron slightly earlier before I came to UK. But when I started this project, I was quite new in the country, and I had limited contact with the people in the industry. And within the part of this program, actually, I had a chance to meet with the people who can help me to accelerate the process of building a car from scratch, especially an ADAS car, a high-tech car from the scratch. And it was really awesome to see how people, collaborating and helping us to, get to the point in a really short amount of time. That was the most interesting part for me. And as Amedeo said, it was a 4-month project in total. And, just building a car, I think it took like half of the time of the project, I can say, piece by piece. We also had some problems in the delivery of the hardware. And also, we also have some other problems, technical issues during the project, but with the help of the people from AVL, from Millbrook Proving Ground, from your side, and also Highways England, I think we really got a nice collaboration, and we achieved our goal. And if we come to the more technical details, our software is actually including some fundamental features of level 2 driving software, mainly lane centering control, adaptive cruise control, and also driver initiated lane change feature. And as a part of this program, we actually tested our software using these features, and basically it was a success in the end.
Fantastic. I mean, things are never as straightforward as you hope them to be, unfortunately. Yeah, it's really interesting. I mean, the guidance that we're talking about today, obviously, Zenzik put together alongside our fantastic UK partners, and culminated, obviously, in the documentation that hopefully one we'll touch upon in a moment, which outlines how to put together a safety case. But as Amedeo mentioned, this is not your first experience of doing some of this type of testing. You've done it abroad, but it'd be interesting to know a little bit more about the differences in the approach between that and actually how you use the guidance alongside other documentation within the UK. I know it's Highways England as well.
Yeah, maybe I can also continue with this part. So again, I will come from my past experience. So before coming to the UK, actually I was working in Germany, developing level 2 features for ADAS software, and it was a quite different experience. In Germany, the legislations and the laws are a little bit different than here in the UK. And that was the first part, because I had to learn all these differences and had to understand what needs to be achieved in order to be able to get the approvals for the trials, and how to provide some evidence throughout the process. And that was the actually first step to be able to get to the point. And also from my limited experience in Istanbul on the vehicle, it was also different, because it's another country. Turkey legislations and laws are also still different, and I think they are still under development, I can say. It's still the early phases of these developments. And yeah, when we combine all this information, the guidance that Zenzik provided to us is actually very, very crucial. And we actually refer to almost all the sections of the safety framework, and planned our project accordingly, and actually prepared all the necessary documentation to be able to actually convince the authorities from our trials actually. And yeah, actually we also achieved that with the guidance of the safety framework.
Yeah, if I can add on that, or to expand on that. Going into the program, obviously from the technical point of view, if you allow us, Bhavin, we were quite confident, because we had the vehicle running for 2 years. We develop automotive grade software, so according to ISO 262 and all the other safety requirements. So the feeling was that there would be a lot of sort of paperwork, and it was more a sort of bureaucratic exercise, which we are not very familiar with. But actually the language of the framework is very, if you are close to automated and autonomous vehicles, is very technical. So it really was a perfect fit for us. We understood it, and we just had to put things according to the framework in a language that we understand, and that was enabled. That's what enabled us to actually do it in time. We didn't have to learn the sort of law or bureaucratic language as it happened in the other countries, for example. And yeah, I think that was a huge advantage.
Well, I'm very pleased that it was helpful. So what would you have done if you didn't have this guidance? I mean, did it, did it save you time and effort as a result of actually having it?
Yeah, Ozan, you take that thing.
Okay, yeah. Thanks. So when I first, heard the duration of the project, I was quite surprised because, the thinking about the whole process, it was actually quite labor-intense project, in my opinion, at that time. At the beginning, because then I was thinking about, okay, I need to do the research, I need to read the standards, I need to put all these things into together, and I need to talk to the responsible people from the authorities and understand their requirements. Actually, this was the first step that I was thinking, and then once we got in touch with you and get all these guidance documents, I had a more clear picture. And then we actually, once we see this framework and all this guidance, we can actually start to plan our project with more visibility. That was a really important for us. And I think without this guidance, we couldn't have achieved this project in this time frame. That's what I can say. Maybe we would have achieved due to our previous experience and our robust software, of course, but in a more wider time frame, I would say. So yeah, it definitely did save us some time, some significant time, I can say. Yeah.
Yeah, if I can share some little behind the scenes, actually halfway through the project, we were effectively late, and we engaged with Highway England later than we thought, to the point that we then decided to do the video shooting at Midbrook because we thought we couldn't do it on time on the track. And then I was a bit disappointed when eventually we made it, and unfortunately there was no other slots we don't have any video shoots from the motorway. Well, Ozan has some, but I think we will share them later, but they are internal at the moment. But that's yeah, there was at some point it really seemed it wasn't possible. Then when we really got into the guideline and seeing what we had to do was really, things we could achieve easily. Yeah, so good experience, definitely.
That's fantastic. I'm really, very pleased, having led that Ozan's guidance document, actual that piece of work. I'm really pleased that it was useful. And if I can delve a little more technical into it, were there certain templates or areas within the actual documentation that you found particularly useful?
I think from the template point of view, for us, the risk assessment part was important, the method statement, ODD, the operational design domain templates, because we had to prepare the operational design domain for the routes that we have selected. And also for the route selection, we also had some templates in the document. And for the safety test case preparation, we also benefited from the templates. So in general, I think it covers the most of the process to be able to get onto the road. But yeah, you need to, of course, spend some time, some significant time, to be able to prepare them. And also with the partners within the program, I think we have also achieved that goal in a reasonable amount of time.
So I think it's the combination of the guideline with all the test beds. I think it's really powerful if you're a company like us that you wanna test that. Yeah, it's pretty unique, I think, in the world.
Fantastic. Well, of course, safety and the concept of safety is not a static thing. There's always room for improvement, and there's always things that are changing. We've obviously got this guidance, but in your opinion, in your experience now, are there areas where things could be improved, or other considerations that people should also be thinking about when they're trying to do things like what you've done?
Mm-hmm. I think the first thing that comes to my mind is actually regarding the requirements that the authorities are actually referring to or providing to you, because you can actually speak with multiple authorities depending on your testing route and the content of your testing. And from my experience, we got in touch with the Highways England, and they had their own safety document and risk assessment method, I would say. And in the end, actually, it was used for evaluating and providing our approval for the trials. But I think there may be a slight gap, but this was not, stopping us from getting the approval. The one thing that I can say is you can actually put these requirements maybe or these small differences into the document, and maybe also refer to this document as a kind of supplementary document, and then we can actually benefit from this. This was the first thing that I can tell. And also from the responsible point of view, we were always talking about authorities, the companies or divisions from the government departments, but I think it can be also good for us to see the responsible names or teams, or the much more direct point of contact, because when you speak with the authorities, you will let's say you will speak with the regional operation centers, or authorities responsible for the road sections, etc. There will be many parties involved, and I think you need to know the contact so that you can start initiated discussions. Within this program, I think Highways England and Zanzik we got some help about this, and we actually could access the right people within the program.
I think, Ozan, also as we had the discussion earlier, the main the challenge was that for us is that I think it was the only trial as part of the scale-up that actually tested on Highway England network. And there is an additional challenge there. And for us, in the end, it was not a roadblock, but we never thought of any, what does this mean for the road network, which is actually very important to them. But in the end, for the trial we were doing, we didn't really have any impact on the road network. But, I'm thinking there may be other type of CAM trials. We'd actually have to think about that. And I guess, if that's also mentioned in the guideline, it's good that people think about it before, But other than that, it was, as we said, it was the team at Highway England was super helpful and supportive. So even if we weren't as ready as we should have when we discussed with them, the process was super smooth.
Excellent. That's fantastic. Well, it's been a really, really interesting conversation. Do you have any final kind of thoughts or comments that you would like to leave with people about your experiences?
Maybe a couple of comments from me, then also you can maybe add some more technical aspects. But for me, again, it was as I said, it's a unique combination here in the UK when you test the fact that you have Zanzik that comes with the guidelines and a network of test beds, which actually behind the test bed you have got companies that have massive experience in testing, engineering. I mean, that is really great, and it helped us a lot. So we're really glad that we had this opportunity, and so we just maybe on our plans now, we obviously managed as part of this program to successfully test our highway pilot in the UK, and now we look forward, actually we're in discussion with Highway England to extend the trial duration and do a longer term trial, and also looking at the fully automated lane change trial, and everything we learned we will deploy in the future. So we're excited about what's about to happen in the next few months. And so if you see a car which says Eatron Highway AI pilot, don't be scared. It's all conformed to the regulation and approved, and nothing to worry about.
I'm looking forward to seeing one.
Yeah, I think from my perspective, this is a great program, and you have a great framework, especially companies for like us. It can help the startups to really get on the speed and prepare their documentations in a short amount of time, and start testing immediately, because testing is a huge part. You need to collect lots of data. You need to accumulate lots of mileage on the road in order to identify the edge cases and increase the robustness of your software. And in order to achieve that, this is the first step. And this is a great opportunity.
Well, it's fantastic that the guidance has been really useful to you guys, and it's really great to kind of delve a little bit deeper into your experiences, particularly that you're a CAM Scale-Up alumni as well, and we're glad that you're doing well. So thank you so much for taking the time today and having a conversation with us. And kind of Amedeo, I know you wanted to give a little bit more contact details.
Yes, sure. So if you're interested in Eatron and want to know more about what we do, you can visit our website, www.eatron.com, and feel free to contact me directly through LinkedIn is the best way. My name is Amedeo Bianchimano. I guess you'll see a link below at some point. So yeah, just get in touch and I'll be happy to talk to you talk to you.
Final thank you. Thank you so much, guys. And continue the great work.
Thank you, Bhavin. It was a pleasure.